this, please?
Okay, go ahead.
Aaron is hopefully the one that's gonna help us get into the funeral home. Yeah, because if she don't,
Really,
problems gonna happen.
Jenn and Eddie said, "I see Grandma not impressed with that cake. She looking at it like, who the heck made me this cake? Y'all know I got diabetes. Exactly. Y'all know I got diabetes. Parents are like, hey, Tyrone." Yeah, we don't know though. So he's just praying on it, hoping for it, and we'll see what happens.
Just in case, if you guys don't know, Tyrone is my middle name. So.
Yeah, I used to slip up and call him Tyrone every now and then in a video. Bruh, Mike. Bruh. Bruh. So, while I'm downloading this video, I'm gonna put the thing on hold. But I would like to bring somebody up if there's anybody on here that has a ghost story that would like to share, their story. We're gonna have somebody.
I know it's got to be somebody out there.
Look what she said.
What she said?
I have asked and should know real soon. I'm pretty sure it will be a go.
Yes.
We want to get this over for Mike. Get his whole funeral home situation gone, resolved, taken care of.
And that'll be one. Then the next will be a hospital.
Call him TY. Yeah, they call him TY actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my son.
That was his son's.
Yeah, nickname too. Yeah.
But there's some of his friends who call him
Still
TY.
Call me TY. Yeah.
Think you better call Tyrone. Call him. Call him.
It was crazy because when I went to school, that's everybody just called me Tyrone. Nobody called me by Michael because nobody knew me as Michael. And then when I got older, when I started working for Badcock Home Furniture, when I became a manager, the guy that owned the store, he said, let's go by Michael because it sounds more professional than Tyrone. So that's when I started going by Michael. But everybody, even my mom, she called me Tyrone. Everybody called me Tyrone. But
does he say how she knew that? You know, if y'all have been up and told your stories, you can always come up. I'm sure you have other stories you want to share, or we have Mike tonight that would like to debate. Oh, we got Eddie. All right, so we're gonna bring Eddie up to the stage and see what's going on. Hey, how you doing?
Eddie? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We are good.
Right.
You know, I've been watching you guys ever since you guys first came on the scene when y'all was with Joe.
Really?
Yes, and from that day on, I had been just mad raving about you guys and what you guys are doing.
That's so nice.
You know, so yeah, this is what I do. I love sharing love, and I love spreading people out and getting people out there. And there's not a lot of us out there.
Right.
But then again, there is. They're just hidden.
Yeah.
You know, and so you got people like Dalen Spratt, who I talk to also. You know, he's got his own channel too now.
Right.
And he usually comes on with his wife, you know. And so every time I see someone in the Black community that's doing what we do, I try to get them out there. Because it's not about us; it's about us.
Right.
You know, so that's why we don't have a big channel, but we're so busy spreading that love to everybody else. And plus the fact that I work all the time, so I don't get a chance really to go out and film as much as I used to. You know, but when I do it with my boys, and my boys are special needs. You know, two of them have autism, and one is intellectually disabled. You know, and so the reason why I started a YouTube channel was I wanted to show my boys they can do anything in life they want to do. You know, don't just dream about it, but be about it.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why I started the channel, and then I fell in love with doing it. But I and my wife have been doing this since we met in 97, got married in 98, and we've been doing this ever since 1998.
Oh wow.
Spirit box sessions. We just never filmed it. And then
Mhm.
I told my wife, well, since we got this channel, with the boys, why don't we start filming our spirit box sessions? We don't mess with no Ouija boards, do anything
Right.
sinister and crazy like that. We just go, we talk to spirits and the reason why I do this is because, they were people at one time or place.
Mhm.
So if you talk to them the way you talk to normal people, you will get a normal response. You just treat them with respect and love and let them know that you come to them out of love and light. And they know what your intent is because we're all energy and
Right.
they ride off of our energy. So that's why every time I do a spirit box session, I get really good results. But I'm sorry, I had to come on here.
It's
I
okay.
just want to say nothing but love for you guys because I love what you guys do.
I appreciate it.
Definitely appreciate it, and I love your videos. Like I said, we found your videos a few years back, and I stuck with them. And I made that little short video just showing other people that there are people like us out here that actually do this. They just,
Right.
like you said, they're just hidden or they're not as well known.
Right.
There's a lady, I think she's out of Indiana or
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
I was gonna mention her. She's another
Yeah,
one.
yeah, and
Yeah,
she does like some really good work. Like
yes,
she's
she
deep
does.
into it.
Yes,
But
she does. And
yeah,
and that's why we spread that same love throughout the community.
hmm
And because it's not about if I really wanted to try and get more people in, I would do this on like maybe upload a video every 2 or 3 days.
right,
You know?
right,
But on account that I work like 10 to 12 hour shifts and I come home and I'm tired, and I got to take time out with the wife and the kids, I just don't have the energy to do it. I'm editing a video right now that mentions you guys.
Oh
oh
really?
wow,
Wow.
Yes, I want to let you know that right now that you are mentioned in the video. And it was just by chance that you will go live tonight.
Yeah,
wow,
we used to go live on Mondays. Mondays
yeah,
I
between
didn't know
people.
this until now.
yeah,
Yeah.
every
So
Monday.
now, and as a matter of fact, I'm writing this down now that you guys go live on Mondays. So I know now on Mondays to come by and check you guys out. Not only that, I didn't even get a notification.
Oh
Really?
really?
Yeah, and I'm subscribed to you.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
no,
subscribed to you since you first started.
YouTube does some funky stuff sometimes.
Yeah, they do. They sure do. They changed a lot.
I've noticed that. Yeah, they'll unsubscribe you from people's channels and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they're really underhanded what they do.
hmm
And if there's anybody in the chat, I'm sorry, I can't see the chat. So I
Uh-huh.
really apologize. But I love you all. Everybody out there in the chat, we love you all. My wife is in the living room. She's watching y'all in the big screen TV.
Oh wow.
And my son Manny is in there laughing. So I just heard him. So because he sees daddy on TV.
Say, hey, Jen. Hey,
Yeah,
kids.
here comes Manny right now. Here he is.
Oh.
Hey Manny, you want to say hi to him? No, you gotta come. They can't see you over there. You gotta come over here. Now, Manny is severely autistic.
Okay.
Here, sit down, Manny. My wife just yelled hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey man.
Manny, say hi, Manny.
Hi, Manny.
Now, like I said, he is severely autistic. He's nonverbal.
Okay.
But my boys, they love the paranormal.
Oh yeah.
And so we love taking them out there because they always want to be like junior ghost hunters,
Right,
And
right,
so
right.
we take them to the cemeteries to do a spirit box sessions. Now, Tony has went with me once. It was just me and Tony, and there's an old videos. It's about maybe 4 years old now. Actually, 3 years old. But
Mhm.
I took Tony and let Tony conduct the spirit box session.
Oh wow.
And he got really good responses.
Really?
So yeah, I don't put my kids in danger or none of that stuff. So
Do
people
you
don't have to worry about none of that.
do you feel because of them being autistic, do you feel like they are more sensitive?
Yes.
You do?
Manny, we noticed something about Manny, I want to say a few years back when we lived in Youngstown, Ohio. There was an empty lot that sat next to the house that we was living in. And Manny was talking about somebody named Donna. And we didn't know no Donna. So we asked my sister Reese, we was like, Reese, who's Donna that Manny keeps talking about? And Reese said that was a little girl that died in a fire in the house next door.
Oh, wow.
And Reese's like, there's no way that Manny could have known that because nobody knew that. I didn't even know it. But Manny was always talking to somebody named Donna.
Wow.
That's crazy. You know, and so Manny is very susceptible. That's why when we go to cemeteries, sometimes you'll hear Manny laughing.
Oh, wow.
Because somebody is entertaining him.
Right.
And they know that he's special needs. And as a matter of fact, on a lot of our videos, we say that I have my boys here with special needs. And the last video we did called The Gatekeeper, I didn't put this up about something that happened there, but the spirit asked, did your sons know me? Now, I learned from that spirit who that spirit was, who that person was that passed away. And I actually showed her picture, and then I learned her background. She was a special ed teacher.
Oh, wow.
That passed away. And she was the one that asked, did your sons know me?
Wow.
And I never really put two and two together.
Wow.
Yeah, that was just really trippy.
That's not just a coincidence.
Eddie,
no, it's not.
Eddie, what got you into the paranormal?
My experience goes back to 1984. I was married before then, my wife. She passed away having one of my older kids. Okay. And how can I explain this? The night that she died, actually, it's going to be a couple nights later. I was laying in the bed. I had her, because it's hard to get rid of the clothes. And I had her clothes on the bed. And so I was laying on the bed. And I felt like maybe I was, because I had lost a lot of sleep. I didn't sleep for like a couple days. I was finally getting some sleep. And I looked at the foot of my bed and I seen her standing there and telling me to let her go to the other side. And so instead of crying, I was more or less curious. I'm like wondering, am I seeing stuff,
Right.
Next day, I go downstairs, I'm watching TV, white noise. But in that white noise, I see movement. Now, sometimes we can say that movement, back then in 84, you had UHF and VHF.
Right.
Okay. So you can look and see that maybe there's a station trying to come in. So I'm trying to fix to see, what kind of station is trying to come in. And then I'm hearing talking, and I figure maybe that's the news or something like that. But then it's the same voice telling me, you got to let me go to the other side. And that's when I stopped back. I'm like, wait a minute. And so I told my mom and my dad what I was seeing and hearing. They had me put into a psychiatric hospital and said that I had a nervous breakdown.
Wow.
He laughed at him.
He's looking at himself. So they put me in a hospital and said I was having a nervous breakdown. So I want to say 2 weeks went by. I'm home. I go back to work. And I was working at this place back in the day, it was called the Quaker Hilton. And this is in Akron, Ohio. And there was a couple there. Ed and Lorraine Warren was doing a seminar, and it was on the paranormal. And so since I was working there, my boss told me I couldn't, interact with anybody while you're on the clock. You had to wait till you clock out.
Right.
So I clocked out and they were still there. The seminar was over and they were still there, packing their stuff. And I walked in, I said, excuse me, I don't want you guys to think I'm crazy or anything, but I want to ask you a question. And so Lorraine Warren was like, sure, what's the question? And I said, now, me being an African-American, we really don't get into this paranormal thing of ghosts and all this, and I explained what happened to me. I explained what happened with my wife, and I asked them, is there something that I'm missing? And Lorraine Warren was like, well, actually Ed first. Ed was like, well, maybe you did see her. And maybe she is trying to tell you to let her go to the other side, that she wants you to keep going. And Lorraine cut in and said, yes, you're not, you're not tripping. You seen your wife and she wanted you to see her. And so that day forward, I was like, so if me hearing the white noise, um, well, how can I tune it in? They said you really can't. She said, but what you can do is get your transistor radio and play with the knobs, go up and down with the knobs, and you could hear voices. So I started off using the transistor radio,
Oh wow.
okay, to listen to the spirits. And I was getting all kinds of stuff coming through. I would go to a cemetery where my relatives are buried at and would do a spirit box session. And I would tell my relatives and my mom and my dad, I was talking to my Uncle Junebug. I think every black family has an uncle named Junebug. You ever know?
Yeah.
So,
Manny, that was funny.
but anyway, they thought I was crazy. They thought I was LSD because crack wasn't invented yet. So they was thinking everything that I was into, and I wasn't into none of that. And they finally got to the point where they just thought I was crazy, And so a lot of them cut me out. Just cut me out. They just say, "Hey, lost his marbles. Don't talk to him." Go forward. I meet my wife now, Jenn. Jenn is a sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first met, she was telling me this. And I'm like, wow. One of the things my grandma Irene said is that we were going to last for a long time. And we did. We've been together now for 27 years. I and my wife, Jenn.
Oh, wow.
We're both into the same stuff. Even before I met her, I was, like I told you, I used to work with the Zap band. Roger Troutman was my cousin. I worked with Roger from 1984 until I want to say 92, 93. And then I would come and help every now and then, when they would travel on the road as a sessions artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I met Jenn. I was home one day, didn't have nothing to do. So I was working at this pizza shop part-time, and I was passing out flyers, and I met my wife, Jenn. And so that's how we met, because she thought I was gay.
Oh, wow.
because I was dressed like Prince. I had my hair, I had real long hair. My hair was in bangs. So I did look kind of, but hey, shout out to the gay community. I love you guys.
Right.
But, I'm not that way. And I had to let Jen know that, and but then she seen the real me. And then she realized, yeah, I am with a band. She knew Roger, the Zap band, and everything was good. So, but yeah, we've been into it ever since then. And so now I go out. I love doing spirit box sessions. There's some cemeteries that we go to where we get welcomed. They know who we are. They treat us like family. And then there's some you'll go to, they'll curse you out, and they don't want you there because you're invading their space. But people have to remember, though, when you're talking with spirits, just treat them like they're people that you see every day, because they were at one time a place.
Right.
And so that's what we do. And then we try to pass that same love to our boys. Now, our boys, they've been bullied and everything through school. So it's hard for them to trust people because of what they've been through.
Right.
They've been picked on and made to do things that you just wouldn't you wouldn't imagine. If my wife was here, she would tell you. And so it's hard for them to trust people, but they're learning the more they come to us. That we show love, and we teach them that so that they can show love too, because not everybody's bad people.
Right.
And so but that's why we do what we do. And we also, at the end of all our videos, I always have words of positivity or words of encouragement, and to show everybody that you can do and be anything you want to be.
Exactly.
Don't just think about it, but be about it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Right. Because if you keep it as a thought process, that's all it's going to be.
Exactly.
But if you manifest it and just keep saying, I'm going to do this, and then you put some effort into doing it,
Yeah.
think of the things you can do,
Free market ain't open to win.
you know, and
Yeah.
the doors that open for you.
Right.
So that's why we do what we do. And then when we see you, we always got to get you out there.
We appreciate that.
Oh, so am I. I mean, that's why I'm so glad that you got the subscriber account that you got.
Yeah.
Me, I want people, if they come, they come. If not, hey, just as long as
Right.
I make you smile on our videos, that's all we want. That's
See,
why we have a
and
lot of humor in them.
my thing was, I like having a small channel because it's more of like family. It's more of a community. You
Mhm.
actually have real supporters that back up what your channel is about and what you're about,
Right.
and we all get to know each other. So I like the tightness that we get. I like the relationship that we build with the people, our community that comes and watches our channels, and we talk to them outside of YouTube as well, and we build relationships with them.
Oh yeah, same here. There's
the-
people that we talk to that's on D Live that
Right.
used to be on YouTube. Now they're going on D Live or they're on Kick. So
Mhm.
and there's even big names like James the Fam that knows who we are.
Oh, okay. Right.
Oh my gosh, TV knows who we are.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people, even big channels, that know who we are.
Oh, wow. That's
And
good.
there's a lot of them that have been wanting to. They was like, "Hey, man, let me get you out there." I'm like, "Oh, no, we're good," because
Right.
we want people to come to us genuine. I don't want them to come to us because James the Fam sent us there, or this
Exactly.
person sent us there. I
Exactly.
want them to come because they wanted to come.
Exactly. Yeah, that part.
That's
Yeah,
right. That way, they're going to stay with you, not
right.
because somebody else sent them there.
Exactly. Yeah.
David Hembry that you've seen, he's
Mhm.
been with us since day one.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's been rocking with us since, and he's good
Yeah,
family.
he
And
is.
Joshua Cole is another one, good family. So you got a few people that's on your channel that's come to our channel, and a lot of people have been asking me, how come we haven't done live streams in a while? Again, I've been working so much,
Right.
because I work my tail off,
Mhm.
and but we are getting ready to do a live stream, and I do got a video that I'm editing that it should be up this weekend.
Okay.
It will be up, but you are already mentioned in the video.
We'll have to keep our eyes open for it. Make
Yeah.
sure the notifications are turned on for your channel.
Yes, I hope they do. And we love to have you as part of our family, man. I mean,
Oh yeah.
that subscribe button is free.
Yes. Yes. Y'all go check out Eddie and Jen's channel. Definitely.
Yeah, and then make sure y'all stay with Drina and Mike, and make sure to hit all notifications.
Yeah.
Believe me, I learned my lesson from it. So
Okay.
yeah, I hit all those bells.
Okay, Eddie, that's enough of your talking. Let me hear you sing.
Ah,
I see the keyboard behind you now. I see the keyboard now.
Yeah, I see. I'll show you my talk box. It's right here. It's this little box right here. I stick a tube on it, and I play it through this
okay.
keyboard back here.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
And I have that Roger Troutman sound.
Oh, okay.
That's why a lot of the music that you hear in my intros, that's stuff that I made.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's
You're
my
smart, Tina. Your family, Tina. Everybody that we have our day ones. We have had a lot of subscribers that came over from Joe's channel. But everybody has always showed us so much love and so much support, and we appreciate it. We got a big jump in our subscriber count, but they're not true supporters. They came for the one little video and that was it, which is fine. I'm fine with that because it's a lot of trolls that comes along with that.
Yes,
And
you're gonna have those.
yeah, we learned that. But
I love the trolls though.
Mike likes a challenge. But I just I enjoy coming and talking to everybody and hanging out with everybody. And people can be, sometimes you lose hope in humanity, and then you find out there are good people still out in this world. So yeah,
there's a lot of good people. That's what I teach my boys. There's not a lot of bad people out there. There's some good. That's why we tell people, and even our moderators let people know, come with a good heart and positive.
Right.
Bring those positive vibes. We don't need that negativity. That can just stay over there. That's why we don't even watch like drama. There's a lot of drama channels on here. We just stay away from that stuff, you know. Or if we see somebody that's starting drama, talk about this person or that person,
Yeah.
just click to another channel because that's
Right.
not about us.
Yeah.
We, you know, in order to bring good things into your life, you have to have a good heart, okay?
Right.
And
Right.
you have to give the same thing that you're getting in return.
Exactly.
You know, so I tell people, look at those affirmations. Be thankful for what you have,
Mm-hmm.
not for what you want, but for the things you got now. You know, be thankful, and every day thank the man upstairs or thank the universe. Say, thank you, Lord, for my house. Thank you for my clothes on my back. Thank you for my kids. Thank you for the food on my table. Thank you for my job. And do that every day because you want to show the universe that you're giving back what they're giving you. And you spread it through the community. So everybody that comes in on your live stream, say, hey, how you doing? I'm glad to see you. So glad you came, and show that love. Because people can also see fake love.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, they can see right through that.
Yes.
But ours is genuine. If you see us in person, I'm the same person that you see right now. I'm the same when you meet me.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We do not change for nothing in the world.
But-
You know, I
Yeah.
just want to get, and I guarantee you, I think eventually we are going to meet.
oh
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
You in Ohio, right?
No,
Texas.
we're in San
Yeah,
Antonio,
Texas.
Texas.
Oh yeah, that's right. You just said you
Yeah,
was in Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, we've been here now for what, 13 years. We was going to move to Florida at one time. But then we heard that there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in Florida. And like, you know, I don't know then. I don't really go by hearsay, okay? Because I lived in Clearwater myself.
Mhm.
And but I loved Clearwater. I had to get away from it though because I was almost a member of Scientology, and you know the main
Oh,
office is right there in Clearwater.
Yeah.
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 I only lived 4 blocks away from the main office.
oh wow.
I lived 4 blocks away.
You were
My
right
aunt
where
and my
you
uncle, they got me out of there. They said you got to go
Yeah,
because they was coming knocking on the door every day. Hey, Mr. Johnson here, Mr. Johnson here. Yeah, you got to go. They sent me back to Ohio, man.
I delivered to them twice. I delivered
Did
to them
you?
twice.
They had bought me the white shirt, the black tie.
Yeah.
I had the captain's hat. I was looking fly. I felt like the black captain on the Love Boat. Love, exciting and new. Mom, and they was like, no, you got to go. So that was the end of that. And yeah, I love Florida, man. Florida, Clearwater, that was that beautiful sandy beach, that white sand, man, nothing like it. But we came to San Antonio, and we heard bad things about San Antonio. One of the bad things about San Antonio, which is true, is it gets hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets those triple digits in the summer. Believe me, when they say 100-something degrees, it's 100-something degrees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got black people down here so dark they look purple. They create colors down here.
So never want to stay away from Antonio because I'm black enough.
Serious, man. That's why we stay in the house half the time. I mean, my kids don't even go outside till it's like 7 o'clock at night.
It's another guy that stays in Texas. I think is it Tony? With the podcast we was on.
Terry.
His name is Terry. He's also in Texas. He has a podcast.
NSPS TV.
I've heard of that podcast.
Yeah, NSPS TV. He did a pod. He invited us on his podcast. It's been a while now.
Yeah, it's been a while now.
It's been a few months.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy though.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
Really?
And,
there's a lot of YouTubers down here, you know, in San Antonio.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they're off into other stuff, but you know, all the YouTubers down here, they're like this. Everybody stick together. You know, and so and it's cool, but you know, as a matter of fact, we got a Paracon coming up. Hey Jim, when is that Paracon? that's coming up. We went to one Paracon. I actually filmed it. We know the Kling brothers, Brad and Barry Kling. They used to have a show called Ghost Lab on A&E.
Mm.
And Barry Kling is a special ed teacher. And so they was doing, so all the proceeds go to the Special Olympics. And so we always try to show up for those because of our boys being special needs, plus the fact that they are in the Special Olympics.
Oh.
And so when the Kling brothers see our boys, that gets them excited, you know, because not only are they in the Special Olympics, they're also into the paranormal.
Well, yeah.
Right.
You know, and this is so cool. And we met a lot of people through that Paracon, Blondes and Booze. Who else did we meet? Oh man, it's just so many. What'd you say, babe? March 29th. There's another Paracon here, and we're gonna be at that one.
Okay.
And I think we're gonna go on a live stream and film from there with the Kling brothers. And I think they're gonna have what's his name? Justin Parry is gonna be there again from Ghost Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Halls is gonna be there. I think Galen Spratt's gonna be there from Ghost Brothers. You know, so it's gonna be on and popping down here, boy. I can't wait.
March the 29th next year?
Is that March 29th next year? I thought it was next month. Okay, March 2025. Dang, that long? I'll be dead by then. Y'all gonna be doing a spirit box session on me. Yeah, he's right here. Let's do a spirit box session, honey.
And that's gonna be in San Antonio?
Yeah, it's gonna be here in San Antonio. There's a city outside of here called Shirts. It's only like 15 minutes away from where we live. Okay. And they all meet right there. And it's a big convention, though. It's a lot of people from the paranormal. A lot of people.
Get into it and try to make it.
Yeah, I love it.
And there's a lot of YouTubers that's there too. A lot of them. The one before last, what's his name? Exploring with Josh was there.
Oh wow!
Exploring with Josh. There was a couple other ones. Something with fighters. Exploring with fighters from the UK.
Okay.
Was there. There's one though. What's his name? Something demons. I don't really mess around with that channel because he's into some weird stuff, and I just have to, you know. I love my paranormal community, but within a reason. You know, there's certain things that they do.
Put it up already.
You gotta get closer.
Oh my bad.
We're trying to see if that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Long story. Yep, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
You got it, man, and it's so much fun. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. I tell you, the last one I went to though, man, I felt like I don't know. I almost felt like this. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the everybody there, and this is me. but you know what?
Hey, you might could put 2 more dots on there now.
That's it. Proven Demons. Dusty Divine got it. Proven Demons. I was cool with him at first, but then he faked a couple videos, and I stopped watching them because of that. He faked some videos. But yeah, I went to this, but I tell you what, they treated me like family, man.
Oh, wow.
They sure did. But then again, they probably thought, hey, these black people that came in here, they got the wrong hall. Hey, we'll treat you like family. Here, y'all. Let's here. Have some of this, you know. Here. You know. But no, they treated us real good. Tex Front Porch. He's a really good friend of ours. They do basically like cryptids and Bigfoot, you know. So we met a lot of those.
Oh,
and,
wow.
It was really laid back, man. I had a lot of fun, and we're definitely gonna go to the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make that.
I tell you, and if you do, let us know. We got a room y'all can stay in, man. You don't have to go to the hotel.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
You gonna cook?
Oh yeah, your wife can cook. No, we'll make something for you, man. We'll make something for you because I tell you what, I tell people all the time when you come to our house, you'll have a plate at our table.
Okay. Yeah, cause everybody house we go to, they gotta cook.
They cook
Miss
for
CG.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
They hold us down.
Oh yeah, my wife could cook. Believe it or not, hey Jen, come here. I want them to see you, babe. She's sitting right in front of the TV watching y'all.
Her.
She's in the living room.
Really short on video. She looks like she's about 5'2".
Yeah, she's shorter than that.
Oh, is she really?
Yes, she is. She's short.
Yeah, my mom was 4'11", so she's shorter than that.
No, she's the same height as your mom.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes, 4'11". That's how tall she is. Minnie Mouse is taller than her. That's what tall. Minnie Mouse is taller.
I have Tina watch Paranormal Nightmare. I watch them every now and then.
This is my other son coming in right now. This is my son Tony. Hold on a second. They can't see you, but now you can see you. Say hi, Tony.
Hi.
He's autistic also.
Right.
Okay. But he's verbal though. He's
verbal.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's verbal. He's nonverbal. And then my son Cody is upstairs. They're also sports fans.
Right.
So,
Right.
He's happy right now because his Cowboys run. I'm a diehard Cleveland Browns fan. I know that's my fault. We got smacked yesterday.
Who's quarterbacking?
Deshaun Watson.
So they didn't put Winston in?
No, they're thinking about it now.
Right.
They're thinking about it now. But Dak, man, he played good. But that's just one game.
Yeah.
It's like I told Tiffany. That's just one game.
Yeah, that's just one game.
Omar's ex-girl. That's just one game. So you just gonna stand there and block your brother all the way? Before you know, you're gonna break wind in his face. He gonna bite you in the butt, man.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Tony.
Bye.
Yeah, he's seen you on the TV. That's why he wanted to come in here with your big ass self.
Nice.
Let him know she's taking now.
Looking Good Creation said Dallas whooped them yesterday. Yes, they did. We got a smack. I was too embarrassed. My wife even looked. She was like, "Babe," and she's a Green Bay Packers fan. This is my son Cody. Now he's the one that's intellectually disabled. Say hi, Cody. You might have to bend down a little bit.
Hello, guys.
Hey, Cody.
A little bit. There you go.
Doing good.
That's good.
That's Cody. And as you can see, all my boys, they're older. They're adults.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cody's what? You 30, right? 29?
About to be 32.
Oh, you're 31.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 31. That's bad. I don't even know how old my own kids is. I'm getting that Alzheimer's disease. And then Tony's what? That makes Tony what, 26?
Yeah, 26.
And then Manny is 23, right?
Yeah.
24.
24.
Manny's 24. That's why he was born in 2000.
Because that's his 20s.
You want to sit on Manny's lap?
No.
Oh, you better want to stand up then. Manny looking at you like, hey, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. You know. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Yay. All right, buddy. But yeah, that's our story, man. Now I got a question for you. What got y'all into the paranormal?
You thought that was funny. Well, actually, my mom actually got me into the paranormal. She used to tell us about all the stuff she was going through. And we started watching A Hauntings and all that type of stuff together. And I was living in Tampa at the time, and she was living in Lake Placid. And I had my little experiences. So after she passed away, that's when I really got deep into it and really wanted to find out, about the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
And then end up meeting Drina, and she had her experiences. So once we got together, we just got out and started doing it.
Yeah, we
And
started talking about it and started taking the kids with us at first. We were going to graveyards and trying to find all types of different historical places to go to. We had moved to Carolina, then we found a few plantations to visit, and
Mm-hmm.
we just stuck with it ever since.
Yeah, we both had our own experiences though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like I said, once my mom passed away, and then that's when I really wanted to really focus on it. And then my son ended up my dad actually passed. My mom died December 21st,
Mm-hmm.
and then my dad died the next year, March 3rd, and it was like 3 months apart.
All right.
My son ended up getting murdered in December 31st. My youngest brother, me and his birthday was on the same day. He ended up, passing away from COVID in January. What, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing the COVID thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then my grandmother, she passed away March 2nd. Then my mother's mother passed away, I want to say in March as well, either March or April as well. No, it was March. She passed away in March. So during that time period from December to March, it just seemed like when my families go through their ordeal of death for some reason. But putting all that together, it just makes me want to really understand the paranormal and what happens, after death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it got us to the point where we want to know the truth. We want to know what's out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because and I'm the same as you. I was curious. I lost my dad. I want to say maybe 11 years ago now, 12 years ago. I lost two nephews. One was murdered. The other one is still up in the air how he passed away.
Mm.
And so when we do spirit box sessions here, they come through for me. And I think they're my guardian angels because I was their favorite uncle, and especially my nephew Dante. I was it's funny because there was a business I'm not gonna lie, I used to work in an adult bookstore. Okay, it was in the hood, and my nephew Dante would come every night that I was working to make sure nobody would rob me,
Oh, wow.
and so he was real close to me. And when he passed away under mysterious circumstances. But when we do spirit box sessions, he always comes through for me. If I call on him, he's right there. My nephew Jamar, same thing. When I call on him, he's right there because I was their favorite uncle. And so I still want to try to understand death, where we go once we leave this shell, because this is all this is a shell.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we're like a ball of energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering, do we really see this light that they talk about? Do we really fly up high or do we go down low?
Right.
These are things that we really don't know and we're trying to understand. Even scientists is trying to understand.
Right.
But we I don't call myself a paranormal investigator. I call myself a paranormal enthusiast. The reason why I separate myself from that is because there's people that go out to do this to find a scientific reason as to why these things happen, why this person is still here, why this, why that, and always asking why, even though they don't have a conclusion. We, on the other hand, we just like to talk to spirits. Just know that we know that they're there. I've done a series called what I can't think of the name of my series now. Uh, it's basically talking about that they live among us. I went to a public park. Um, I went to all these public places that you would not think that spirits would be there and do a spirit box session and be surprised at the messages that I get. And then I find out later on down the road, I would Google it to see if anything happened there. And there was a murder that happened one spot, another murder that happened another one. Matter of fact, I did a spirit box session at a park and took my kids. Uh, 2 days before I did the spirit box session, a 16-year-old was shot and killed at this park.
Mm.
I didn't know this until after I did the spirit box session. And I went home and I showed my wife I was getting all these responses. And I got the video up. And then that's when I found out from a friend of ours who's a police officer. Um, he told me, yeah, this 16-year-old was shot and killed at the park a couple days ago. And he came through with his name and everything. And the police officer asked me if I knew him. I said, no. He's like, well, his name came through on your spirit box. That's crazy. I didn't know him. And he came through. So obviously, spirits do walk among us. But I feel that they're lost. Some of them they don't realize that they're dead, especially if it's a kid. If it's a kid like I want to say below the age of 9, they don't understand death.
Right.
So to them they're just playful.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you said something earlier that really made sense to me when you said your wife came to you and told you to let her go.
Yes.
And that made me think, could that be why a lot of spirits are hanging around because somebody's still holding on to them?
Yes.
Think about that for a minute. Because you see how that when a person passed away and somebody holds on to them or don't let them go, that spirit might just hang around. You know what I mean? But if you let that person go, for example, like my mom, my son, my dad, I haven't seen none of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I have let them go. You know what I'm saying? I have let them go.
Right.
So my thing is when people hold on to something, that's just like, I guess, a item that's haunted. That spirit never let that item go. You understand what I'm saying? So
right.
It would be the same thing with us if we don't allow that person to move on to their next life.
Right.
We hold on to them. So that could be a good reason why a lot of spirits still hanging around.
Right. And that's why I also let people know that, it's okay to let go.
Right.
Because they're always going to be here and here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're always going to be there. All you have to do is talk to them. Just
Right.
because you can't see them, they're going to send you a message to let you know that they heard you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just up to you to catch the message.
Right, right.
And so that's why we do what we do. And we don't do no fakery or no trickery or anything like that. It's not even about that. It's just about being real, because you got a lot of so-called paranormal investigators out here that's doing things that's kind of shady.
Yeah.
And it's very questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just keep it real with people, and we let them know, no, we're not paranormal investigators. No, we're just paranormal enthusiasts, just like the average Joe, except we use a spirit box and we talk to spirits because we love talking to them. They know what your heart's intent is when you go to that cemetery. They know what you're going to do before you even do it, because they feel your energy, because we're all balls of energy. We're 90% water.
Right.
So we're just balls of energy. So they ride off of your energy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't realize that. And some people realize it at the last minute. And that's why I tell people, don't fake God and don't play God. Don't go grab that Bible only when you are in trouble.
Right.
If you're going to talk to God, talk to him now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. It's given.
Yeah.
And when you wake up in the morning, thank you, Lord. Thank you for letting me see the day, because I know you didn't promise it to me, but you gave it to me. And sometimes we forget to do that until it's too late. So count your blessings and count your days. Our days are numbered. We just don't know what the number is. You
Every
know,
second. Every
every second counts. So you make the best of your life and the best of your journey. Every day is a journey. So when I wake up in the morning, and every day, my wife will even tell you this, every morning I wake up, I thank God for everything that I got. I thank God for my job, and my kids, and everything. That's the first thing I do every morning. And I do the same thing at night. Because I'm not going to just call on God and say, oh, God, please help me. Oh, Lord. No, it's not about that. Instead of, saying, God, get me out of this, thank God for the things he gave you first.
Right.
Show gratitude,
Exactly.
and we just forget that. We kind of kick that right off the curb. So we practice that, and my kids do that. And, you people be surprised of how their life would be if they just learned to, change your mindset a little
right,
bit.
right.
You
That's what
know,
it, that, it starts.
yeah, it starts with your mindset. Change your mindset, and bring more love into your life. No matter what color you are,
Mm-hmm.
I love you regardless.
Right.
You know, and don't despise anything. Just let it be. If a person they have something toward you or derogatory about you, just let them be.
Exactly.
If you got family members that's doing bad things to you, let them be. But you got to keep going
Right.
and keep positive. Get rid of that negative energy, and I guarantee you, life's gonna be so much better.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It is. God's good. Some
All
people
right,
just don't know.
all right, Mr. Ed. We ain't trying to run you off, but we got words up next.
Yeah,
And
and I'm sorry.
but no,
I
you good.
didn't
You
pick you up.
good. but he words a talker too, so he don't like to get off neither. So
Right. Yeah, I was gonna jump down anyway, and I'm gonna listen to y'all. But I want to thank you so much for letting
thank
us come
you,
on.
thank you,
Thank
thanks for
And I
coming.
want
you so
to,
much.
I want to invite you to our home.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
sorry, my wife didn't come up. She's in the. I forgot she's fixing something in the living room.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
All right, yeah, it's all
So
good. It's
we're
all good.
glad we were able to meet the boys
Definitely,
and meet everybody,
definitely.
and hopefully we'll get to see y'all next year for that.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
love to try to make it
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I said, you would have
We
a plate on that
do.
table. You would have a plate on that table,
Okay,
Okay.
definitely. I really appreciate that.
and we appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and
Y'all have a
thank
good
you for
night.
having us
All
Bye,
right,
back.
talk
Manny.
to you. Bye, Manny.
Say bye, man. We'll be in the chat.
All
All
right.
right.
Y'all take care.
You
Y'all have a good
too.
night.
All right, bye.
Sheena, we got Sheena in the building.
What's up?
What's going on? Smiles. Look at you smiling tonight.
Yeah, I know. Glad it says I
What's
gotta
up,
look
word
more
of word?
presentable. Glad it
What's
says
Uh,
I
up?
have to look more presentable.
oh, your wife told you that?
Yeah, so I have the hat on, but I still got the messed up hair.
Yeah, put the hat
Hey,
back on. Hurry up, hurry
yeah,
up.
quick question. You guys can't get Eddie back on with me and you?
Oh yeah, he can come on.
Can you do that for me?
Eddie.
I need to ask him something.
Okay, Eddie. If you're still there, could you come
We're
back and
gonna
join the live?
have you join the live again, Eddie.
I'm sorry, I wish I'd have knew that. We would never asked him to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's very intriguing. I like that he stimulates my brain.
Uh-oh.
Are you trying to say we don't stimulate your brain?
So you
Yeah,
cheating
yeah,
on me? So you cheating
but
on me,
he
Mr.
but
Words?
listen, Cher, he hits some major power points. He hits some
Okay.
major power points. Eddie, come on back, Eddie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he's
got
there he
Eddie,
Eddie.
is.
All right, we got Eddie here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Did I?
Okay, we got
Eddie, how
all
you
good.
doing?
I'm doing anybody I can. The good ones twice. I wasn't drunk and promised to marry you, did I?
Hey, okay. Hey,
Yes,
Eddie,
sir.
I'm very deep into the spiritual realm. I have to, I have to agree with you 100% on many things that you have said tonight. First of all, the way you speak is very pure, very honest, very truthful. A lot of people don't understand this. Christians do not understand this. w- Jesus Christ said, I am the light and the truth. We are a light source, just like you said, Eddie.
That's right.
100%, we are a light source. We are energy.
That's
That's
right.
what Jesus was focusing on, the light source and the truth that dwells within ourselves. Like he said, search within oneself and you should find the kingdom. So,
Exactly.
right there, you're spot on. You're saying it in a paranormal way, I'm saying it in a biblical way, but I'm giving you your own confirmation that you're on the right path
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I
that we
appreciate that.
overlook. Another thing I want to uh, congratulate you on, your kids are special needs. I could understand that because I was in special education back in New Jersey my whole life. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I had a reading disability, had a writing disability. So I know what it is to be in a special ed class more than 9 years of your life, from middle
Mm-hmm.
school all the way to high school. You know,
Right.
it's not a joke. It's very hard, but I overcame. So
Wow.
this is the second confirmation I'm going to give you. Children that are underneath the age of 9 and people with special needs, they your child sitting next to you is an
Mm-hmm.
angel. He is an angel. He
Yes,
is
he
a
is.
better person. He is a better person than me and a lot of other people. You know why, Eddie? Because he
What?
has no malice. There's no malice. He is a pure soul. There is
That's
no ill intent. So that's why the spirits attached to people like that, because they are so pure. They don't know
Mm-hmm.
what it is to commit a crime. They don't know what it is to commit murder, adultery, alcohol, drugs. They are pure. And those are the angels that God has blessed us with in this earth. That if we follow their spirits, we will be in that light 100%. But we're too blind to see the purity and the innocence of what God has blessed you with.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So when the spirits attach themselves, is because there's no ill intent, there's no malice, there's no harm, there's no provoking me,
Mm-hmm.
and they see the angel in the being.
Right.
So that is a pure soul. Your children are pure souls,
Mm-hmm.
they're not tainted like all us other human beings are, because we are. Now,
Right.
Eddie, I'm going to give you a third confirmation on the ghostly realm, because I have so much respect for you and so much respect for your knowledge. That's why I wanted to, talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your third confirmation. You're a minority, I'm a minority. I'm a Hispanic minority, right? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of us, you know, we tell our parents what's going on. They look at us like if we're crazy and they're going to Baker act us. There's no
Right.
such thing as ghosts, and ghosts don't exist. I want to say this and make this clear to any religious person out there. I'm Baptist, Second Baptist, First Baptist, Christian, evangelical, Catholic. I'm going to prove to you and everyone here that ghosts have been around for the beginning of time, but I'm going to go back to make it simple, 2,500 years. When Jesus Christ resurrected and he went to the disciples in the house, and Thomas walked in, and Thomas says, "Oh my God, it's a ghost." And Jesus
Mm-hmm.
replied, "Ghosts do not have flesh or bones. Ghosts do not have flesh or bones, Thomas. I'm alive." So Jesus used the word ghost to Thomas, because Thomas referred to him as a ghost, and he said, "No, I'm not a ghost."
Mm-hmm.
Ghosts do not have flesh and bone. That's the first time ghost was used. No, that was actually the third time. The second time ghost was used was when Jesus was walking on the water, and other disciples were on the boat, and they said, "It's a ghost." And Jesus says, "I'm not a ghost. Come, Peter, walk on the water." Right? So
Right.
biblically, scientifically, and biblically, ghosts have been around. Okay, us Christians don't believe in ghosts, but Jesus says, "I'm not a ghost," because a ghost doesn't have flesh and bone. The disciple says, "Look, there's a ghost on the water." He said, "I'm not a ghost. Come, Peter, walk." Right? And
That's
here's the
right.
first confirmation as a ghost. King Solomon went to see the sorceress to raise the ghost of who? The prophet Daniel. King Solomon used the word ghost for the first time in scripture. So if ghosts don't exist, what are these Christians holding in their hand? The Bible that they don't even understand. That it
Mm-hmm.
came from King Solomon himself and came twice from Jesus' mouth. So ghosts do exist. The spiritual realm is real. Your children are angels because they surpass our spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
If we had just an ounce of their spiritual energy, do you know how much better this world would be with people saying, well, I'm not going to shoplift. That's wrong. Well, I'm not going to do this because that's deceit. Because we're not that pure as your children are. And
Right.
that's one gift that God did not give us, but did give your kids. So
Mm-hmm.
I commend you for your knowledge. I commend you for your honesty and your purity as a man.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And my boys appreciate that as well. I really do
So
appreciate that.
so when you look at your child, look at the angel that's in him. Look at the purity that is in him.
I do.
And imagine if we all had just a little bit of that in us.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine going through life not having no malice, not knowing what it is to work in an adult bookstore,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing what it is to have all these different women. How pure
Mm-hmm.
you would be in your soul.
True. That is very true.
Now, here's the fourth thing I want to commend you on. In the spiritual realm, like you said, I concur with you. These young spirits under the age of 9 don't know what it is and where they need to be at, right? That's number one. There's some spirits that the Catholic Church, I used to laugh at them because they used to say purgatory. I'm like, no, purgatory, no. It's either heaven or hell. There's no
Mhm.
purgatory.
Right,
But
right.
then there is a purgatory. Those are spirits that need to be attended to. And I don't mean
Mhm.
attended to like entertain them. I'm saying maybe they need to finish something. Maybe they need to be heard one last time. Maybe they need to speak one last time. Maybe
Mhm.
they need to be prayed upon one last time. They
Mhm.
maybe need that last time attention that they connected with that energy source because not everyone is an energy source to receive these messages from the disembodied person because that's what it is. It's a disembodied person. It's
Right.
actually like a living person. Like, for example, in a demonic battle, for our battles are not of the flesh, but of the spirit because we
Mhm.
can't see them. These disembodied spirits are the same way. They just want someone to understand them. They want to get their last word out. Or maybe they're like, oh, I need that little boost, so I need someone to pray for me to get out of here,
Right.
because I'm lost. But I
That,
commend you on your knowledge. I concur with everything you said. But back to, being pure, when you're that pure, listen, nothing could touch you. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no malice. Not even the devil could touch you because there is no malice. You
Mhm.
know, like, like I don't understand why people baptize babies when they're 6 months old. They have no malice. They haven't committed any sin yet.
Right.
You know, like
well,
special
that's
needs. They haven't committed any sin. They don't even know what sin is.
yeah,
You
but
know,
that's the worldly thing though. That's not a biblical thing. That's a
Mhm.
worldly thing. But just to talk a little bit
Yes.
about what you said about spirits and that's haven't crossed over, that can be true with some of them, but not all, because I think some spirits is just I won't say I would say either lost because you have residual hauntings, and a residual haunting is when a spirit does the same thing over and over and over again. So if you got that type of spirit, that don't mean that spirit is trapped between heaven or hell. that just means it's like I can't even really explain what type of why would that spirit be doing that same thing over and over again.
I
Now,
don't
Right,
know.
with the
That's a
residual.
$1 million question.
Well, yeah.
right, and then you have spirits that you just said that maybe need to say a last word or some type of attention need to be given to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes.
could be true. Then also, what about the spirits that, like some of the houses we go to, you get these spirits that communicate with us. You understand what I'm saying? They don't sound like they want to leave and
Right.
go somewhere else.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
if you got that type of spirit, cause for example, the house we went to, the cemetery we went to, we had these spirits tell us to leave. You know what I'm saying? So if you
Mm-hmm.
got a spirit that's that knowledgeable that don't want you there, that's pretty much telling you they don't want to go nowhere else. They don't want to go to heaven or hell. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, no, it's not really a question. I'm saying that I don't think all spirits are trapped. I just think some spirit just don't want to cross over.
Right. That's why I
Well,
said at one time that some spirits they choose to
Right,
stay.
right.
Because even though we're a ball of energy, you have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And some of them just choose to stay. You
Mhm.
know, and that's just my own opinion. I'm not going to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
everybody.
yeah. Opinions, right?
Right, but just I'm just saying because if they wanted to leave, they
Mm-hmm.
would just leave.
Right, right.
But like I said, it's just my saying, my thinking. I
now,
could
now,
be
Eddie,
wrong.
now, Eddie, you said something very, very valuable. White noise. Imagine if we could see the spiritual realm. Like you said, you go to public places, parks, just public
Hmm.
places, and you get, EVPs. Imagine if we could see in that white noise what is happening. We probably see people, doing harm to each other or probably looking like the Walking Dead or who knows, you
That's
know,
true. True.
because
Well,
it is white noise,
right, but
that's invisible to the human eye.
right, but I just imagine that. But at the same time, how would you be able to see that?
Oh,
Because
I don't know.
you're not in the flesh. You're just a spirit. You're a ball of light, pretty much. Your ball. You're just
Right.
energy.
W-
So
we're gonna probably need like night vision goggles made by Apple.
Or 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 tracking wavelength.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
something
That's
right.
old
That's the
school.
only
That
way
is
you're gonna
old
see it.
school. That is
Right.
old school. Tracking wavelength,
Yep.
boy, that is old school right there.
Yep. I mean, because I
But
still use dowsing rods.
oh wow,
Yep,
Yeah,
I use
I
dowsing
tried
rods.
dowsing rods. I didn't.
He
I just think
couldn't
they
get
could be.
into it. I don't
Yeah,
think he could
I
get
think they
into
could
it.
be manipulated. You know what I'm
but
saying?
I
another.
thought so too, and I had to really learn how to work them. So
Mhm.
I went to a friend of mine. Well, actually, he's not a friend of mine. I actually met him. He's like 80 something years old, but he used to work in a coal mine, and he used to use the dowsing rods to look for water.
Mm,
Okay, and water is a form of energy.
Orgy. Yeah.
Correct.
So when I take the dowsing rods to a cemetery, I'm looking for energy.
right.
Mhm.
And I got a couple videos where I used the dowsing rods and I would do a spirit box session and I would ask the spirit to move the rods for me. And you would see the rods move with my hands was to stand like this.
Mm-hmm.
And the rods would move on their own.
Wow.
And even me, I would be standing there. I'm like, babe, I'm tripping.
Yeah,
But
Wow.
yeah, I use a lot of the old school techniques, not the new school stuff that they use today.
Right.
I
Now,
Yeah.
like the old school stuff.
now, Eddie, I have another question for you because you're stimulating my brain tonight. You got my wheels turning. All right. Now, now, you said something very important. Like Mike and the young lady right there, and you. It's better having a small channel. Believe me, you're looking at a guy that's seen so many hundreds of channels already.
Hmm.
Why is there so many people out there doing deceitful things by clickbait and editing and distorting and entrapping people. Listen, if I'm gonna waste 15 minutes of my time, don't clickbait me. That's
I have the
dishonest.
answer to that.
And
Do-
I stopped watching, I would say, about 92% of all the videos.
You
Because
know
I
why?
lost trust, I lost belief. I feel that they don't have no integrity. I feel like I've been bamboozled, you know?
Now,
Why?
Dusty just said
Why?
it too. One of the things that Dusty just said, number one, entertainment. Number two, views.
Views and
Views.
entertainment. Listen,
Yeah.
there's
Clickbaiting
four
gets
of us,
views.
there's four of us on this screen, and I'm having a fabulous time. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
what entertainment are you getting out of deceiving people?
Well, you got to look at it like this: positivity doesn't make money, but negativity does.
Yeah, a lot.
Ooh,
So true.
ooh,
See?
ooh.
So if we keep things positive, we're not going to sell. That's like having, I worked at an adult bookstore. Sex sells.
Hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
negativity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I was to go to a bookstore,
Wait. And it depends when you're doing the sex.
now, if I'm selling Bible, that's positivity.
Yeah.
Positivity
Oh,
doesn't
nobody
sell.
ain't gonna go.
Right.
Right.
So that's why you have a lot of these so-called paranormal channels where they clickbait
Yeah.
because it's intriguing your interest.
Hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
intriguing you, so they're gonna clickbait you. You know, and it piques your interest to where you click on their channel. Even if you didn't subscribe to them, you've already viewed, and that's what they want you to do. View them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
but
just keep
then
it positive.
okay, but you mentioned the guy. He lives up in North Florida, I believe. He's got his
Mm-hmm.
paranormal channel. You know who I'm talking about?
Because there's just so many of them. Michigander man. Oh my God.
The
I
biggest
mentioned.
one, pretty much. He's talking about the biggest one.
Oh, James the Fam. He's down there in Florida.
Not
Yeah,
James.
I
Oh,
know, but he's been debunked. Him and his buddy have been debunked by
Yeah,
paranormal expert. That's why his channel is not going up. He's at a still. He's in still waters right now because he's
yeah,
been debunked.
I
yeah. But
mean,
you know, I, I see. I don't. This is where I get to where I don't want
That's
to talk
yeah,
about that
yeah.
guy.
But don't say anything though, because you got your own channel. I'm just a
Right,
viewer. I'm giving you
right.
my
That's why
opinion.
I
There's
right.
a
That's why I do
guy
my
named Beardo.
thing. I do my thing. I
Yeah,
let them do their thing. You know, and
yeah.
all gravy. You know, but I don't like to go on nobody's channel and downplay another person.
No,
That's
no, no.
me. You
but
know.
Yeah.
one
Okay.
thing I will say, there are a lot of people that do the paranormal videos for entertainment. They add a lot of entertainment to it, but
Yes.
I think as well there is entertainment, but at the same time they also have seen and witnessed things that are real paranormal that they can't explain, and
Right. Right.
that's why they're really into it, is because
Right.
they do enjoy.
And that's what I do. If you watch my videos, I add humor to it. You know,
Right.
on all my videos, I add some humor because I want people to smile.
Hmm.
You know, when they come by, get a good laugh. But at the same time, when I do the spirit box session, that's real.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah, but
know,
these guys are making chairs move when they really didn't move by hitting strings. You know, they're moving
right,
stuff that which that's not right because some people are really actually out there wanting to know the truth. Or maybe get
right,
into
Yeah,
the hobby.
but the thing about it, once again, it's about entertainment to a lot of people.
Hmm.
right,
And we take the paranormal serious,
right.
and some people don't. You know what I'm saying? And some people got plenty of money by faking stuff. And
Yes,
like you
they
said,
have.
Oh yeah, big
we might
time.
not get that. We might not get that because we're true. We're
Right,
true to the game. And believe it or not, in my opinion, there are so many doubters when it comes down to paranormal stuff that they'd
hmm
rather see the fake stuff to know it's not real than see the real stuff knowing it's real.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just like,
Huh?
for prime example, it's just like when you talk to people in the church about spirits and ghosts. They don't believe it, but they believe in the Holy Ghost.
Right.
Yep.
You know what? You just hit on something that I just talked to somebody about a couple of weeks ago. I and my wife. I had this person, actually, it was a relative of mine, an aunt, and she was trying to tell me that there's no such thing as ghosts, da 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 da. I said, really? So let me ask you this question. So when Jesus Christ died and he rose from the dead, what was he?
The
And she
Holy
was
Like,
like,
Ghost.
what was he?
well, that's Jesus. I said, oh, it's just Jesus?
Exactly. But not only that, when if a person literally talks in tongues or gets the Holy Ghost, it's a spirit taking over their body.
Right.
Right.
That's
Yep.
what it is.
Yep.
But see,
That's
Right.
true.
they don't
That's
understand
true.
that. They
That's
don't
right.
That's true.
Hey, even the Barcade said it. Your love has got the Holy Ghost.
Exactly.
All in my mind. I'm sorry, I kind of lost it there for a second, but
You know, that just goes to show you that people would rather see fake than see real just to know it's real.
Yeah.
right. And
That's sad.
the way I am is the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fake nothing. I'm just gonna keep it real with you and have fun with it at the same time because it's
Exactly. That's what
but
we
it's
do.
real
That's
entertaining.
That's the way it should be.
Exactly.
That's the way it should be.
Hey, I'm not gonna
But
tie up
yeah.
the
So
time.
anyway, I
I'll
had
jump
fun.
off. I'll
Huh?
jump back off. I'll go back inside the chat. Uh, but I hope I answered your question, sir.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I hope you got your confirmations.
I did. And I thank you so wholeheartedly.
Same here,
And
my
Green and
friend.
Mike, I thank you both so wholeheartedly for having me on. I really do appreciate you.
Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
on.
Thank you, Eddie.
And I'm gonna be in the chat for a little bit longer, and because I got to put my boys to bed. But
Right.
I love you guys, and I
You
mean
gotta
that
put
from
your
my heart.
angels to bed.
Love you too, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely love you.
Oh, they
and
want
yeah.
to
Much,
sing,
much love.
They
Girl
want to
said,
sing.
sing, Eddie, sing.
Hey, the people that you see up here, Zap and Roger, the group Switch, a lot of these people, I've worked with them. You know, James Ingram, I used to live down the street from him and his brother Philip, who's in the group Switch.
Mm.
You know, worked with the Isley brothers.
Oh, wow.
Yep, Phil Collins, Jeffrey Osborne, Jesse Johnson, who's with the Time, Karen White. I've worked with these guys.
Right.
That's why I got those pictures up here.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
That's
And,
nice.
and my name is on the credits on that.
Oh, wow.
So, and that was back in the 80s.
Right.
You know, so because I was a sessions artist. You know, so that's what I used to do. And I still mess around with my keyboard every now and then. I'm just retired. I mean, I'm almost 65 years old. So
Wow.
yeah, I've been there, done that.
Right. Right.
And so now I just get by. Every now and then I get a little, you know, royalty residual check coming in. You know, ain't a whole lot, you know, but it's something.
Right. Right. Right.
And so that's why I still do what I do. And I love entertaining you and everyone that's out there and showing everybody love at the same time. And we all need to do that. And this world would be such a better place if we all just show some love to everybody, no
Right.
matter what color we are, no matter if we're black, white, Hispanic. I don't care. I love you for you being you.
Oh yeah.
And if you can accept us for being who we are, all's well.
Oh yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
So, hey, God bless you guys. I'm going to jump down and I'm going to go into the chat.
Okay.
And
sounds
Kelly
great.
and Elizabeth, I meant to say hello to Kelly and Elizabeth. They kept saying hi so many times. I love you guys. I'm going to stop talking now. What you're going to hear.
All right, Miss Eddie. Talk to you later.
All right.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there in the chat.
All right.
See
All
you
right.
next week, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, we gotta sign up Eddie this week for next week. Like that, you know, he entertains us. I love that guy. He's funny, he's honest, you know, he's got a pure soul. Okay.
Yeah, he
So
does.
let's get a hold of his agent and see what we could do.
Yeah.
You know? But hey, I had good questions, right? Right, Mike? I had
Oh,
good
yeah.
questions.
Always,
I had
always.
I had good, honest questions. You know, they
Hmm.
weren't loaded questions. I was being pure because I
Right.
Mhm.
was like, man, this man is speaking truth in so many levels. But then
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? I gotta spiritually give him the confirmation of what he's saying.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and like I said, his children are angels, and the only time you're in pure angel is when you do not know what malice is, when you do not know what sin is. If you don't recognize sin or no malice, that makes you a pure soul. And
Mhm.
that is greater than any of us.
Oh
So
yeah.
that is a blessing.
Hmm.
Yes, it is.
So, God bless that man.
Oh yeah. Him and his
Y-
family. Him
Yeah,
and Jen and they
Him and
boys.
that
his
is
family.
great
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
They are
Yep.
great people.
But
Eddie, I know
let's try
words.
to get, huh?
You have
Mario.
yeah, I know words. I call them
Mario.
words. Do you have any kids?
Oh yeah, I got a 28-year-old.
Oh, you just got one?
Yeah, just one, man. Just
One?
one. Yeah,
Just one?
traumatized, man. Child support got me traumatized back in the day.
It still
18
got me
years of that?
traumatized.
18
It
years
still
of
got
that?
me
No way.
traumatized.
So next week's lineup, as the executive producer, we're gonna have Eddie back, and then we're gonna do a guest appearance with Dusty,
I'm
and
surprised
then Miss
she don't
C.
even come on no more. Dusty.
She gets tries to let everybody else have a chance.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
No,
Okay.
but look, we could put like 5 of us there, like a
we
collage.
can. I think I can get up to 6 people on the live
That,
if they want to come
that's a
on.
beautiful thing, you know.
Yeah,
But those that was a very powerful interview,
yeah,
you
it
know.
was. Yeah,
I thought I was on a spiritual Dr. Phil show or something. When you edit this live video, just cut the beginning and go right to like Eddie.
just go to the good part, right? Get
Just
all
go
that
to the good
extra out.
part,
Well,
you
well,
know.
Take
well, if that's the case, they need to cut everybody out but me.
take the fluff. No, we gotta
No,
take
Mike.
the fluff out. Take the fluff out and get into the meat and potatoes. Is what he's saying.
I am
Yeah,
a
because
potato.
listen,
What are
he
you
was
talking
very informative. He was very
Yeah,
informative.
yeah,
He really was, and he
yeah.
was very entertaining too.
I love them, Eddie and Jen. Yeah, I love them ever since I found their channel.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see if I could find his channel, and
Definitely.
subscribe.
Yeah, yeah.
I play the guitar. I don't know if you know that. I play the guitar. I don't know if you ever seen
Really?
my channel.
I
I
play the
go
drum.
to my channel. I play the guitar.
I play
Y'all
the
can have the
drum.
Maybe me
whole
and Eddie could
band.
start a band,
Yeah, y'all have a
Yeah.
whole band. You
I play
got
the drum.
and
you
we
got Tyrone, Eddie, and Mario.
and we got Mike's van to put all the equipment in.
You
We
true.
Exactly.
got
Yep.
Mike's van,
Exactly. Y'all
Wait,
can
wait,
go on
wait.
tour.
How y'all gonna call me Mike and Tyrone? Mike
and,
drive the
and,
van, Tyrone
and,
play the drums.
Yep.
and we're just calling ourselves the Paranormals.
Yeah.
Right?
Turn on the lights so we could see them. No, you can't see us. We're the Paranormals on stage. But yeah, I play the guitar. I should have asked him what's a good keyboard, the Yamaha 383 or the Yamaha 145 keyboard,
He's still in
or
here,
should
Yeah,
I
he's still in
or, sh-
the chat.
Mike.
he should put up, hey, should I get the Roland's Go key or the Yamaha 383 or the Yamaha 145 or the 125 Yamaha?
He
I'm trying
said
to keep away from who?
y'all are gonna be called the Paraband.
The
The
I
Paragon.
like that.
Paraband. Yeah, that's a good
Ooh,
name.
I like that. That's catchy. Yeah, I like that.
That's
Yeah,
link.
the
That's the link.
Paraband.
That's a link to
We'll
Eddie and
come out looking
Jen.
like skeletons. Hey, look at that dog. That's a
Yeah,
cute dog.
that's our
But
dog.
anyway,
Wow.
it was a great evening.
Yeah,
Let Dusty come on board now. There's Dusty. She's waiting. Oh, look at Eddie's channel. I gotta find Eddie's channel.
she
Dusty,
He just put
she
it up.
just
Dusty,
shared
you
it.
need, huh? Okay,
She
great.
shared it. Yeah,
Now when I go back to the chat, I'll click onto that.
go click
Dusty,
into it.
yeah, you gotta rehearse for next Monday night, please. You gotta get yourself ready, dust off, and Eddie's gonna be on. I'm gonna be on. We're gonna have a great time.
We got the lineup already scheduled. So he's
Hey,
like,
this,
we got Eddie, Dusty, and Mario coming on. Everybody
hey,
come on, have a big debate, and Yeah.
But the night wasn't a debate.
No,
though.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
No, it was very good.
Yeah.
It's just that Mike doesn't want me thinking too much.
Yeah, yeah, you think too much.
No,
But
I
he likes that. He likes to get his things that make his brain think.
No, because see, me, I love to listen. I love to listen, and
Right.
see when I listen, I just pay attention to everything. And you know, like I said, when it comes down to the paranormal, everybody got their own opinion on how they feel and what they think. And I think it's a beautiful thing because you learn more.
Yeah.
When you listen, you know what I'm saying? When you listen, you learn more, and you say, you know what? I never thought of it that way. You know what I'm saying?
true.
So when you listen to somebody else, you say, wow, I never thought about it that way. I never thought of that. You know what I mean? So it's a good thing when you have so many people putting their input in on how they feel and what they think the paranormal is. You know?
Exactly, like Eddie, before voice boxes were even invented. Let's go back to the 1980s because I'm 56 years old. When the movie Poltergeist came out, it was talking out of the TV.
Yeah.
With the static and the white and black static on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's true. It will come out of radios. You know, but times have changed. You know, it's called technology.
Mm-hmm.
It's called technology, which it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing.
I don't like it.
But
I don't like it.
but imagine making spirit goggles that
Yeah,
you could
no.
actually see in
The
another
thing about it,
dimension.
you know, it's also about that money too.
Exactly.
You know, even if the toys don't work, they still making
They're
money
making
from it.
crazy
You know what I mean?
money
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Record. If you record and you play that back, you have what you need right there. You don't have to get all these things that light up or make different sounds or through the apps. I mean, just a good old voice recorder.
Not saying the apps don't work because we don't.
But you seen what Eddie said? He said the Motif is a good keyboard. He likes any keyboard long as they work without batteries.
Oh yeah. I'm a beginner. I play. Tell him if he's watching. I play a Taylor guitar. I play a Yamaha guitar. So I'm thinking about getting into the keyboard now. You know?
Could you sing?
No, man.
Me neither.
No, I can't sing. You just need to drive the van. but
Just drive
but
the van.
quick question. So you're I'm old school, so I'd rather get like a digital recorder from Amazon. Remember the ones that used to sell at Radio Shack, those digital
Mhm,
recorders, you
mhm.
know, after the tape, the little tiny
Right.
tape,
I know what you're talking about.
they
Yeah.
came out with those digitals. I think recording on those little digital recorders, you get better clarity than recording it from your phone. The
Well,
EVP.
I don't know because you know we used to use the digital recorders,
We got two of them.
and we don't even use them no more
No.
because
No way.
yeah, we don't even use them no more. I just use my phone all the time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That much has changed, huh?
Well, be honest with you, I just got tired of dealing with the batteries.
I think it's
yeah,
more out of convenience.
yeah, convenience
than
thing
anything.
than anything. Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
with
Okay.
making videos. You know, we got about 10 cameras, and I always use my phone. If you haven't noticed, I will always record a video on my phone.
And we're not talking
majority of
about
the
no
time.
cheap cameras.
No, they're
Wow.
not. I mean,
Yeah.
we got a bunch of
Wow.
cameras.
It's
Audio,
called
but-
pawn shop layaway.
Yeah.
Wow.
pawn
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah,
Pawn
but
Oh yeah,
shops.
that's always a good stop. That's always a good stop.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's
But
crazy. It's crazy
go ahead.
because you know I think about the REM pods, right? To me, all of them use frequencies. You know, let me put it this way: it's all of them use some type of wave that comes from energy. Let me put it that way, right?
Yeah.
My thing is, you know, with REM pods and a lot of the toys, some work and some don't seem like. And that's
Wow.
that's what kind of crazy because I remember we had sought up to this house we call a farmhouse over in Kissimmee, and that's Kissimmee. The house with the nursery house. I'm sorry, the nursery house.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We call it nursery house because it was an old nursery
Yeah.
Nursery, flower nursery, and there's a house there, and we was in there with Tony, and we had all Tony toys out, which was the REM pod. We had the EMF detectors. We had the
He even has this thing that like puts extra energy in the air that creates extra energy to help the spirits come through. I forgot what that's
Wow.
called.
But the only thing out of that whole entire thing, the RAM pod kept going off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
And the cat balls.
yeah, the cat balls, but
his flashlight did go off.
yeah, the flashlight went off a couple times. Yeah, but that night was really creepy. But his other RAM pod and stuff wouldn't go off because he got a mini like RAM pod. It wouldn't go off. Only the big one did. So it made me think like we have a little small RAM pod that was made by this guy in Carolina. Right?
Yeah.
And since we had that thing, it done went off like I think one time. It was like one flash.
But
wow,
when it went off that one flash, in the video you see an orb go by the antenna.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's an orb that flew right by, and that's what made it go off.
So you gotta be very knowledgeable on the equipment that you buy, I guess, as a beginner.
I don't know if you have to really be knowledgeable. The only thing I think you have to be knowledgeable of are those radio type of things. You know what I'm saying? They look like an old. I don't know the name of them. They look like an old radio, and it's got
like a little box with a speaker.
Yeah, it's got a speaker on it as well.
It's like
it's big though.
I think it's a
not,
white noise.
It's not small though. It's kind of big.
Yeah.
It looks like a little amplifier.
Yeah. Exactly.
So let's say somebody like just wants to go out and do, because I want to go out and do it at least one time. Go out there, So I could go out there just with my cell phone and a digital recorder.
Yeah.
Babe, get me a digital recorder on Amazon.
Believe it or not,
digital recorder.
We even right now, even to this day, right now, sometimes we don't even take out our toys. We'll just use the phone and a flashlight.
Yep, that's all you need.
Yeah.
A flashlight.
Do you carry extra batteries with you just in case the light don't turn back on? You got backup batteries?
Nah.
See that one night we did the live at the cemetery. We had our 2 square LED lights. We had our flashlights, and I had that big. We have this big like foldable light, like it illuminates everything. So that was our backup light, but all the flashlights kept dying that night, and we had.
And it's crazy because we had the EMF out, and we had a little rampart out, and neither one of them went off.
They didn't go off, but some was draining all of our energy. But out of our,
everything else was messing up
out of our lights.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just tried to take.
It was great tonight. I had an amazing time.
It was, and thank you for coming on again.
You know me. I always got to do an appearance.
He's always gonna be on. There ain't no if and buts about it. Words are always gonna be on.
This is gonna be words a normal thing.
Well, but wait till next week when Eddie's on and Dusty's on. Oh, that's gonna be a showstopper, folks. We gotta start promoting it. No, Dusty doesn't have no choice. Dusty has no choice.
Why don't you come on tonight then, Dusty? Right now.
He said Dusty has no choice. Well, it's late.
It's late. Look at the time.
It's almost 12 o'clock.
And we're doing this
and
for
you gotta, and you gotta edit this video.
I don't edit them. I just let it go up.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I don't edit them. I should, like you said, take out the beginning and just go straight to the meat and potatoes, but I don't know. That's too much.
Think about it. Pray upon it.
I mean, if people really want to watch it, they can fast forward to it, to the good parts.
Okay.
That's what you do. That's what you do, right, Mario?
That's right. That's why I missed that the part with the 6-foot lady in the closet.
Right. Yeah, just fast forward through it.
What does it say?
What you say?
Oh, that's Carrie.
All righty. Good night. I'm gonna go back to the chat. I'm gonna let anybody else come on.
Oh, We've been on here almost 3 hours.
We are going to say goodnight to the chat. And we are going to say thank you to everybody, that joined us.
Came and had fun with us.
Yes, it was a beautiful night. I'm so happy that Eddie was able to catch us tonight, and I'm so glad Words.
Wait a minute. He said, "Get him on."
So glad Words was able to come in tonight.
Bye, Eddie.
We will see you.
Words,
Mario. We'll
That's
see you
it.
next week, Mario.
All right.
Oh.
Good night, Eddie. Good night, Eddie. Wife. Good night, all the kids. Good night,
Mario.
everybody.
We'll see you next Monday, but we'll read what you repost on the live. You always post it. You always write a book.
Well, he didn't do this time.
Oh, he did it this time?
No, I did it in the last video. I put up 2 comments, 2 reports of paranormal psychologists that talked about kids with their imaginary friends, the scientific paranormal, you know. So hey, gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know. All right. Take it easy.
All right, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good
We love you
night.
guys. Thank everybody for
Thank
coming
y'all.
out and having fun and enjoying the chatting and all that good stuff.
Thank y'all for chatting. Yes, y'all have a good night. And you all that's suffering from COVID and any other illnesses, we'll pray for you guys and hope all y'all get better and feel better soon.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, thank
and
y'all.
we love you guys, and we'll see y'all next Monday.
Bye, guys.
Good night.